Hello and welcome back. It is time for our daily reading, and I need to go get the rocks. I forgot about that. So I'll be right back. So yes, we are back with our daily reading. Today was a strange morning. I woke up at 4:25 and I could not go back to sleep. So I've been up since 4 a.m. and now I'm going to do our reading. So yesterday was a strange day. Really intense energy, quiet in the spirit world. It felt very quiet. I wasn't able to do any readings that I was supposed to do. I just did other things though, and I hope that you had a good day yesterday. I hope you did something new. I really wonder if that energy was just me or not. Hopefully it wasn't, because it felt pretty powerful while I was talking about it. And then I went through a moment of kind of feeling down and sad and like, my life, the usual. But now we're in Cancer, moon in Cancer. So I guess it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Anyways, let's do our reading. All right, ancestors. If y'all are here, we call you in. We ask that you guide us to the divine. If you are here, we call you in. We ask you to bring us hope and light and make us shine. Yeah. If you are here, we give you life. We make you strong through our worship of divine. Okay, so what I'm feeling. Okay, let me focus. Alrighty, ancestor. I just got this feeling of, when you are in, it's kind of like the same as like a sound bowl, like, oh, if you were gonna do like a sound bath, sound healing, and like the vibrations of that. And sometimes, when you stand up or you do something drastic and then you get dizzy, but there's this idea of something coming in with that kind of strength, with that kind of power to kind of throw you off your balance a little bit. But it's like a clearing of conscience, a clearing of consciousness, or just like it's clearing your conscience, is kind of the energy that I just picked up. It clears your conscience. Like almost like people putting, but it's funny because it's not in a way that you would be like, oh, my conscience is clear, because you're super comfortable. It's like, it's like if you were standing and somebody had like those two gongs or those two like things, and when like in old comedy styles where like the comedy was really like violent based and they would like slap things against somebody's head and then they'd be like, like that's kind of the energy of it. And it kind of makes you feel like a bit queasy, like it throws you off your balance. But then what follows it is this energy of like having a clear conscience. And it's interesting because it's kind of like what it takes to get yourself to a place where your conscience isn't clogged and filled with a bunch of crap that you don't need. is literally something, it's like a disruption, it's chaos, it might be kind of painful. But it's painful in like a comedic way. Like, you laugh through the pain. Like it's that kind of energy. Yeah. Okay. I kind of feel like not reading the rocks today and instead just kind of channeling a message. Like I don't feel like pulling cards or reading the rocks today, but I do have them spread out here and I'll keep them out here. But I kind of just feel like taking my time and pulling from spirit. I heard the word reception, and I was thinking about being receptive because I was asking Spirit to continue to speak and, to continue to expand on, to talk about today's message. And I heard this word reception and receptive, and then I thought of a beaver and like a beaver smacking their tail against the water. And the way that would create like a ripple effect out of the water. And I wonder why they do that. I kind of want to Google it. Because for some reason it feels again like, I mean, it's obviously for a purpose because it's something. Am I thinking of the right animal? It's beavers that slap their tail against the water, right? Because it's clearly for a purpose. And I was just getting this like ripple out effect, but then with the word reception or receptive. Spirit, can you speak to us a little bit more about that while I try and Google why beavers slap their tails against water? You are here, we give you strength. Why do beavers slap their... Okay, so I'm gonna Google this, but I'm gonna close my eyes and think about why this came out. Okay, Spirit, so... It kind of feels like this ability to be like one with your environment, and also this like it almost feels like a call like a call and response, like almost like an awakening, like a beaver like either announcing their presence to the water or coming into union, like active union with the water through this smacking. It's like an entrance or like an awakening or like a calling, like opening up of a space or just connecting, creating motion in the water, putting their own energy into the water, and making it, I don't know. Oh, okay. Do you want to hear? So beaver families are territorial and defend against other families. In order to warn family members of dangers, beavers slap their tails against the water, creating a powerful noise. Oh. Wow. So it's a protective instinct. Clearing of conscience, of consciousness. But in order to do that, it's like this violent thing must be done. But it's protective. That's interesting. I'm distracted, I'm sorry. love rain down, 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 love rain down. Sorry. What I have just been thinking about as I've been singing and being quiet is first, I mean, today it feels like a reverberation and an extension of yesterday. I don't feel like the energy is gone because I really don't feel super driven to search for a message. If anything, I feel very driven to like just praise or just be devoted to, like sing gospel music. Like it's, you know, it's this energy of reception, just being in a state of receptivity, of heeding the warning, of listening to the call of spirit and answering by, you know, taking shelter in God's like protection. And my version of taking shelter is like just singing or just being at peace, being at one with my own spirit. And there's just this feeling of slowness. And I think it's because I think that there is this clearing of consciousness that is happening. And as we are in that state, it's kind of a dizzying state. Like it's, you know, there's not much you can do. You have to get reoriented. But while you're in this adjustment period, all there is to do is hang on to what you know to be real. And it's funny how in that moment when it's time to hang on to what you know to be real, I'm finding myself just clinging to music or clinging to, you know, expression of faith through song. Even though that song is Jill Scott, Love Rain. It's not a religious song, or it's not a gospel song, or at least it's not marketed that way. But, you know, it has the spirit within it. And I can find spirit within it just even by the way that I sing it and the way I feel spirit in my voice, or I feel my ancestors in my voice. It's just kind of this energy of just letting yourself be held and letting yourself be carried, you know, hearing spirit calling you in and just answering. And even if that means that you're not super productive, or you're not, you know, seeming to do all the spiritual things that you think you're supposed to be doing, or living the way you feel like you are supposed to be living in this moment, or, you know, carrying out the tasks that you feel like you should be able to, I don't think any of that really matters right now. It just kind of seems like we're in a spot that we don't understand, and our consciousness has been cleared. So really, you don't understand, you know, you don't have the awareness. There is not really an energy of self-awareness here. There's just an energy of being. And I think spirit would just like us. It's like when you're trying to just calm your kid down when they're going crazy, and you're just trying to hold them, and they're fighting the sleep, but eventually, you know, they will fall asleep because they want to be asleep and they want to be in your arms. It's kind of this energy of just spirit being like, you guys can keep going, but eventually you're just gonna stop and fall into my arms, because that's what's happening now. You're tired, and I've got things, you know, spirit is following a schedule. You know, spirit is on task right now. Spirit is doing what needs to be done. And we are like the kid that's fighting sleep, just trying to also be a part of it and also trying to do what needs to be done. But we don't know what needs to be done. We're delirious. So there's this energy of just kind of letting yourself, let it just relax, let it go. And there's no real need to even listen to a message. Like, you don't need to listen to this. Like, it's even this energy of like, I don't even know if anything would really resonate, because what do you resonate with? Like, your consciousness has been cleared. So all the things that you think that you desired before and you think that you were into before, is that even real? Like, are you even sure? Or was that just built up consciousness, clogged up consciousness, that now that, spirit has done this big old sound bowl gong against your head, against your crown chakra, it's, that's all falling away. The filters are falling away, and you're beginning to see, oh shit, I'm now understanding I'm understanding what my dream was about. The filters are falling away, and now you're beginning to see the truth. It's judgment energy. Judgment is not painful. Judgment is not, it's not punishing. It's literally spirit holding you and talking to you about your life. And actually not even really talking to you about your life. It's spirit holding you and doing what they need to do, and just like cleansing you and just like healing you and washing you. That's literally all it is. Like, you don't need to explain yourself. You don't have to look over anything and start to feel insecure. Like, it's literally spirit just holding you while they do their stuff. Well, like, if like your mom's like holding a baby and like sitting at the computer doing their work, it's just multitasking. Spirit's just like, oh, you've come into my arms, you're ready to be, okay, holding you, and let me go do my stuff. Let me go do what I need to do. It's kind of that energy. And it's like, yeah, so if you are in this phase of, because I had this realization this morning. I was texting my best friend at like at 4 a.m. Actually, no, maybe like 6 a.m. Because I had tried to fall asleep for a good hour once I woke up. Because I woke up because of the dream, then I wrote it down, and then I tried to fall back asleep. I couldn't. And so then I was just up for an hour trying to fall asleep. Then I gave up on trying to fall asleep. And then I texted my friend for a bunch of long messages about how I am coming to this realization, and nothing's final. I mean, I really don't know anything actually, but how I feel like I've been trying to convince myself that I'm really attracted to men, but I'm not sure if I actually am super attracted to them, or just like the fantasy of them. And so there's that whole realization that I'm coming to, and we'll see if that actually ends up being something solid or not, but it's something I'm feeling right now. And I think right now, especially with the moon in Cancer, it's just like, let yourself feel everything that you're feeling. Don't judge what comes up for you. You don't need to overthink it. I'm not going to say don't do this, but you don't need to overthink it if you don't want to. If you want to overthink, go on right ahead, do what you want. But there's this energy of just kind of letting yourself go through the motions and tracking what comes up. I would keep track of what comes up, because nothing is for no reason, especially with the moon in Cancer. We're diving into the subconscious, we're diving deep. So if these are the things that are coming up, it's because ultimately they need to. But you put as much pressure on it as you want. You put as much weight on it as you want. Nothing has to be final, nothing has to be decided, especially because it's judgment energy. It's a clearing of conscious. There's nothing to hold on to. Everything that's coming up is coming up because it's coming out of you. It's not here to stay. It's coming up because it's leaving you. So you're like watching it come up, and then it's fading off into the distance, and you're trying to grab on, but spirit's like, no, go to sleep. It's like a baby who like hears a sound and they like kind of wake up out of their sleep, and then spirit's like, no, it's okay. And then you like kind of fall back asleep. We might actually be entering into, for real, the death state. And I don't know if this is because Earth is, or, like I said yesterday, I felt that we were in a portal. And today I feel it even more so, but it's different now. Like yesterday I kind of had energy, and because of it, and I was feeling like, whoa, like blah, 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 do break a habit today. I was feeling like all that. I don't feel that same drive today. Maybe I will the more that I talk about it, and the more that I think about it, because I will talk about it because I am super interested in this energy actually. But what I do feel pretty strongly is this judgment energy, but it's pretty chill. It's not super, it's like for me, what I sensed with the beaver slapping the tail, I didn't sense this reality of why they do it. I sensed a different expression of it. And what I sensed when the beavers are slapping the tail, it was like this reverberation out. And it could even be seen as like a clearing. Like you slap the tail against the water and somehow it clears the energy in the water. And that's kind of what it's like, what's happening to our consciousness. Like that gong, that sound bowl, that vibration, and it just clears things out. And now there's this like the energies that are left that are leaving, because I think ultimately we are going to end up in this state of kind of emptiness where we will have a fresh foundation. But the energies that are leaving are now, it's like you're engaging those energies and seeing them, but you're not gonna really have the time to engage them for long. I think they're gonna come and go. They're gonna be pretty fleeting, which is okay though. And it's like getting comfortable with that, being okay with the change and not overthinking it too much, not feeling like it needs to be more than what it is. It just is what it is. It's just coming up. Let it come up and let it go, yeah. So that's super interesting. And this idea of like unfiltered consciousness, the subconscious is what's unfiltered. So it's like this rise in the subconscious and realizing that it's safe to actually have the subconscious rule your life or lead your life. It's just that you would need to do it at a slower pace than you are able to live your life with consciousness. This means that we are going to slow down. You're in the subconscious when you're dreaming. So imagine how slow life is in a dream. When you're in the dream state, it's that entering our waking life, so it's a slower pace of life. We are shifting into a different movement, a different type of flow. And slow means different things to different people. So who knows, that's not going to look the same for all of us, but either way, there is this energy of like a quieting down, like a hum kind of energy entering into the sphere. And who knows, could be different for everybody, but that's just what I'm picking up. And there's just like, just this ability to talk and feel and think and just talk with spirit. Like I don't really feel like I read these rocks. And that's because I don't really even, like, I'm not even really picking up. There's just no desire. There's literally no desire to. And I know what it feels like to not have desires, because not to not have desires at all. I've had desires, but I know what it feels like to not have, to be aware that you don't really desire much. And not in a way where it's like, I don't have desires, but like, just like in a serious way where it's like, damn, why don't I care about something? And it's because I care about things, but it's just not in a way that is super dedicated. And at first that can feel kind of sad and make you feel, or it made me feel like I needed to like find something, like I was missing something. But now I'm at the point where I'm just like, well, I'm really understanding that life is fleeting and like it is what it is, like c'est la vie. C'est la vie. But like it's not a bad thing. And it doesn't mean you don't care or anything like that. It's just, I have the ability to move on always. I can always move on. And it's actually a gift, even though at certain points it felt like I was living a purposeless experience. And at certain points, like it's not like now that I know that, I'm never going to go back to feeling that way. I'm probably going to feel that way again sometime today, and then I'll be on this rush to go find a purpose, and then I'll remember, and then I'll calm down. It's just life, but it's that the recovery period is not as intense. And the experience of it, when you experience the inflammation or flare up of that emotion or that feeling of purposelessness, it's not as deep. It doesn't cut as deep, and the wound that it leaves is not as lasting. You're able to move on from it, and you're able to get the lesson, the message quicker. But yeah, this clearing of consciousness is a super interesting energy. I'm probably gonna make a few TikToks about it because I like being able to talk about something now that I like the long form of YouTube and being able to just like explore something. And then once I've explored it, I continue to get more messages as time goes on. And so now I'm excited to kind of just talk about it with spirit and just kind of channel. So yes, let me go give these rocks back to the earth. Oh my God. Thank you, Rob. It's a beautiful day out. The clouds are clearing in the sky, which is really nice. And yes, so I will see you guys later. I'll see you tomorrow, maybe today. Maybe I'll try and share some of the TikToks that I post on here. And yeah, bye.